Hello and welcome to another Premier League prediction video. I am here with just Darren today.
Good evening.
Chris is otherwise engaged because we've got midweek fixtures again. So Darren and I will hold the fort. We have got Chris on WhatsApp though, so we'll still get his predictions in. Let's go through the results. Daz, how do you think you did last week? Do you think you did well? I can never remember.
I have no idea, to be fair. Can you
Well,
screen?
yep, I apologise. One thing's for sure, I don't think I went for a Wolves win.
I think I did.
If you did, you were left with a Wolves win, so fair play. You do indeed get the Wolves win.
Yep.
Right, next game, Bournemouth-Sunderland was a draw. I will take that. You did leave it for me, but honestly, I don't remember being unhappy because I don't know if I'd be able to pick between them. So we'll take that. Burnley, Brentford, the game that was nearly a Brentford win, and then it was a draw, and then it was nearly a Burnley win, but then it was a Brentford win. Literally everyone was winning this at one point. Oh, bugger. And does you get it? So Chris has a mare when he's not here. Liverpool, West Ham. I will take that one. At least from a goals perspective, it was good, except we conceded 2. Everton, Newcastle. I can't imagine Chris has gone Everton, has he? He hasn't. I was left with Everton. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Chris is never coming on this thing again.
We'll keep him out.
Leeds against Man City. What could have been here, but it was so close to being a draw. Leeds really could have had, and maybe should have had something from it.
Should have done.
Brighton Forest. Right, we come to Sunday. Brighton win this. Hey, Chris is on the board.
He was never going to go for Forest, was he?
Why did I go for Forest? Why did I go for Forest?
Why did you go for
What
Forest?
an idiot. I mean, they had played well the last few games, but what an idiot. Fulham against Spurs. I think I went Spurs here. No, you went Spurs. I went Fulham. Oh, you guys handed me Fulham. I probably was happy. I was happy with that. Everyone knows I have a soft spot for Fulham, so thank you very much. Man United Palace, an absolutely horrific foul that led to a correct red card, assuming the foul was right, which it wasn't. But Man United take the win. And then Arsenal, Chelsea.
Right, man.
This was just a game of set pieces. I've surely gone Arsenal. I have smashed this out of the park. What we got? 5 for me, 3, 4 for you, and 1 for Chris. Wow. Do you want to give him the good news? That is mental.
I gained on him. How much have I gained? How far behind?
You've gained 3 points on him, mate. Look, it's down to 6.
It's down to 6.
The final 10. It's still on, especially if I keep going like that. Look, these last 2 weeks, I've gained 2 on you, fine. But I've gained 5 on Chris. Ooh. Never say never. Right. These come in fixtures. Let's get the wheel. And see what we're going to do. What does the wheel say? Going first is Chris. Followed by Darren.
And you get the Liverpool game.
I am last. No, Chris has got it. Chris, Darren, Jamie, C, D, J. Oh, no, hang on. I've ruined it already. C, D, J. We'll take a picture and then send it to him so he can get his...
Oh, that's a good shout. I just asked him the first one anyway.
So the first game we've got, which is tomorrow night, Tuesday night, we've got a bunch at 7:30. We've got Bournemouth against Brentford, and he has gone for a draw. Interesting. This is a tough one to call, to be fair, because both teams are so hot and cold and are conceding. What would you like to go for?
I'll go for the trusted Brentford. Please.
Just getting a picture for Chris. You're going for a Brentford win, did you say?
Yeah.
An away win.
I would have gone for a draw on this, I think.
I'm not unhappy with Bournemouth. They've got their new winger, Ryan. Looks sharp. Just need to finish out their finishing. I think that'll be all right. Everton versus Burnley. You're up first, mate. What would you like to go for? So you've got the team that just had a great win against Everton, where they just seemed to score immediately from kickoff twice, but they did go, well, they didn't go behind, did they? But they were drawing twice. Versus
Pickford made a great.
Burnley, who just like recover both their last two games against is it Brentford and Palace, just didn't hold on. They concede, but they're scoring.
Yes. I'll go for Everton. I think a bit of momentum would be with them playing all right.
Okay.
Burnley.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the draw. Chris gets Burnley. I'm going for the draw because I think, as much as Burnley's recovery's there, I just don't know if they're. I can see them recovering against Everton. I just don't know if they've got enough to win it, and they just concede too many chances. Leeds Sunderland. Yeah. The championship game of last year. Leeds at home, Sunderland away. Draw is screaming out to me, but I don't want to pick a draw. Sunderland are almost in a bit of a free fall at the minute. Can Leeds do anything? I'm going to go Leeds. Leeds to win. Sunderland were good, but Leeds are at home, and I think Leeds are probably better. Chris is going for a draw. Could be the smart play. As I said, I was really close to going draw. Darren, you get Sunderland, mate. Their away form's not wonderful.
No, I'll
But
probably go Leeds, I think, on this.
they've got the players. Xhaka's back.
Oh, is he?
He is. Right. Next one. Chris has gone for Liverpool, which is a shame because I wanted that one.
I wanted that one.
Daz, you get to go next. So
Draw, please. That's the next best option.
I'm definitely getting shafted here. Do you think Wolves can do anything? Because Liverpool haven't been very good, have they? Let's be honest. But they're doing what they need to do. They keep winning. And, I mean, they've played, what, Forest,
but...
West Ham, Wolves in a row? If you could pick 3 games to play in a row, that's going to be pretty close to the games you'd pick. Maybe Burnley being the only other team that you might pick to play, right?
Yep.
So the fixtures have been kind, hopefully. Hopefully Liverpool can win. Apparently he's not back, but we'll see. Slot said he doesn't know when he's going to be back. Anyway, moving on to what is a massive game, because this is going to make or break one team's Champions League hopes, right? If Chelsea win, let's assume Villa and Man United win as well. Villa are in free fall and could end in 5th or 6th. But at least tied on points with three teams. Like, it could be rough for Villa if they lose, and then momentum comes into it, morale, confidence. If Chelsea win, that's a huge boost for them as well. Conversely, if Villa win, that probably cements their place in their top 5, at 5th at worst. And then it is the gap too big for Chelsea. What are you going to go for? And a draw obviously keeps it as it is.
I know what I want the result to be.
What do you want the result to be?
A draw would be fantastic.
I think I'm leaning towards a draw because
they both drop points, it helps Liverpool out, assuming they win.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
But I think Chelsea would have too much. They might get another red card.
Well, there is that, and obviously they
But,
are missing Pedro Neto for this one, so.
but they have a big enough squad to rotate through. So yeah, we'll go Chelsea.
I'm not very confident in Chelsea away, especially if they are. There is a chance they go down to 10 because they've had 7 Premier League red cards, 9 this year in total. That's mental. They're on course for over 100 yellow cards as well, which is mental.
Yeah.
Can Villa stop this rot though? I'm going to go draw because I don't have much faith in either team. And is this going to be one of those games where that both teams are so desperate to not lose that they just end up being a ball draw? Yeah. So Chris gets the Villa win, which he's probably going to be gassed with. I reckon he probably would have picked Villa.
Yeah, definitely would have picked Villa.
Moving on to Brighton Arsenal. I mean, it's got to be an Arsenal win. Arsenal are in must-win game territory. City are breathing down their necks. Gyökeres is firing. We've got to say how it is. It weren't pretty at the weekend, but Gyökeres is not necessarily yesterday, but this week, the last few games, he's been scoring. So I've got to put my money on Arsenal, and they know they need to win. They've just got to win. It doesn't have to be pretty. They can be set piece FC. That's fine. The trophy won't say set piece FC. It will say Premier League champions, Arsenal Football Club. So that's what they've got to go for.
Exactly.
What's Chris gonna do? What would you do while we wait for Chris's? Obviously,
Chris.
yeah. No, well, what would you? Yeah, if you had this pick, what would you go for?
It would be a draw, I think.
Well, that's what you get, mate. Because Chris has gone for Brighton.
Wonderful. He just wanted to.
Do you think do you think he's giving us a chance by going rogue because he can kind of afford a few rogue shouts, or does he think Brighton can defend set pieces?
Might be able to.
And you get your draw, mate.
Yeah.
Probably not your first pick, but would be your second pick. I'm not sure I'd pick Brighton.
I would have picked Brighton.
So there's that. Fulham against West Ham. Now, Fulham won. Fulham did win. They won against Spurs. And West Ham can probably feel hard done by to be 3-0 down at half time. They probably didn't deserve to be 3-0 down. And they probably didn't deserve to lose 5-2. They put in a pretty good performance. What happens in this game, mate? Chris has gone for Fulham.
Probably wise.
What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for West Ham. I'm going to give him a chance.
I genuinely think this might be the hardest game to call this week because both of them are sort of in form. I know West Ham lost, but it was one of those. It was a good loss. It wasn't a bad loss. Had they lost 5-0 and played crap, you'd go, that was a terrible loss. They're getting relegated, blah, blah, blah. The performance they put in, though, was a good enough performance where you go, you know what, if you can play like that against Liverpool, at Anfield, I think, then you can go to Fulham and get a result. You can go to Forest or whoever. You can beat other teams in the league if you perform like that. So I'm genuinely not unhappy with this.
Exactly, they've got a chance, haven't they? So.
Now, Man City against Forest. Again, like Arsenal, City are in must-win territory. There have been some shoots of recovery, sort of, for Forest, sorry, but it's not translating to points yet. Does that change at the Etihad?
No. City are going to win this comfortably, I think.
Is Haaland back?
Is he back?
I think that it was a good video. I'm not gonna lie, and he did a video for his channel with the Sidemen as well. If you haven't watched that, called The Gauntlet. It was all right. It was really good, and he's annoyingly a really nice, down to earth guy, and I just want to dislike him, but I can't. what was I going to say with this game? So, on the rest of this football, they were talking about their win rate without Haaland, and it's something like 80% win rate without Haaland. Can you believe that?
It's not. I thought it'd be worse than that.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah.
But
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for the draw. I'm gonna cop out. I just do. I hope Forest get something. Yeah, I sort of do. On the other hand, I don't really want Forest to stay up because of their owner. So I'm sorry, Forest fans. I just don't like your owner, and this also means that we do give Forest to Chris. So it's
he's going to be
win-win.
happy with
Yep, I'm happy with that. Newcastle, Man United. I'm going Newcastle. Now, this might surprise people, but Man United have been a bit lucky with some of their results recently. They played better in the second half, but that red card was awful. And with 11 men on the pitch, do they win? Not necessarily. You might want to put Man United there, you donut.
He's got the fixtures. See.
Yeah, but you've put draw or United. Both of these teams are Uniteds. We have to assume he's saying Man United because it could be Newcastle. Um, Newcastle have got to change their form. Eddie Howe's got to change the form. They've got to get the teams back playing well. And so yeah, I think does Man United's luck run out here? Maybe.
Maybe, like you said,
or will Sesko continue being an absolute barnstormer? Right, Chris has gone probably the smart money on a Man United win, and let's be honest, they are in form. It doesn't, again, like with the Arsenal thing, right? It doesn't matter how you get your 3 points. If you get 3 points, crack on, move on to the next game.
People won't remember at the end of the season how they got to fourth if they get to fourth.
Yeah, if they get top 5, if they get Champions League football, they're not going to go, oh yeah, but weren't we lucky in that game against blah, blah, blah. They'll go, bloody brilliant job, Carrick. Probably going to get the job full time. Can they improve on it next year? Let's hope not.
Yes.
Right, the final one. Chris is going for Palace. Predictably, because he has got a bit of an anti-Spurs agenda. Let's be honest.
He hates Spurs at home.
I feel like Chris's hate for Spurs is matched by my secret love of Fulham. So Chris is going for Palace. I mean, Spurs are looking, yeah, they're looking a bit bad, a bit sorry for themselves. So I get it. I get it. And Palace haven't looked bad. They didn't look bad against United. They are obviously without Lequois though. Yeah, so how much of an impact is that? I think they should be appealing that decision immediately. And I don't know if they haven't by the time of this recording, but they should absolutely be appealing that because it was an awful decision. The foul is a terrible foul, but that's by the by. Darren, what would you like, mate? Would you like Spurs to turn around their home form and actual form and just try and stay in the Premier League? Or do you think they'll drop some points and it'll be a point apiece?
Gotta give Spurs some hope again. They've got to win eventually.
Of a win?
Of a win, yeah. They're gonna
Igor Tudor to masterclass of victory.
It can't be bad forever.
You would think so. They have got... It's FA Cup this weekend, right? Are they still in it? So where is Liverpool? So Liverpool are playing on Friday in the FA Cup against Wolves again. Honestly, it's away at Wolves again. We may as well just stay in Wolves all week. Spurs are not in the FA Cup. So they've got the weekend off and then they've got their Champions League fixture in a week. So they can afford to play their best team and really go for it. And
they've got to try and stay up, haven't they?
Yeah, and I guess Palace can do the same. A Palace in... How is there an FA Cup game They must be playing this replay this week, midweek, and then the games at the weekend. Yeah, no Palace either. So I suppose they are playing on Thursday, so that makes sense. That game is tomorrow. Port Vale against Bristol. I will take the draw. Yeah.
Being happy with that.
I think I'd do a U here and I'd go for Spurs. I'm putting a lot of false hope in Igor Tudor and Spurs to turn it around. They are. It's that old cliche of they're too good to go down, right?
Yeah. They'll only need like 2 wins to stay up. I think they'll have enough to stay up.
It's just where do they get them?
when they get those 2 wins.
Well, there you go. Our week 29 predictions. Appreciate the time, Darren. What is your guarantee?
My guarantee is going to be Man City.
Yeah, I'm going to cop out here and go Arsenal as well. Chris would pick an odd one, so he'll go for like the draw or something for Bournemouth, Brentford. No, he'd probably pick Liverpool. Or at least he should pick Liverpool, right?
Yes.
Well, there we go. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like, subscribe, put a comment in. See you later. Peace.
Peace.